This is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Call Allah. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Qadash. Yahawah is the Heavenly Father's true name, who the people of this world inwardly calls God. And Yahawashi being the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, who the people of this world inwardly call Jesus Christ. We are the brothers from the prophets of Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. I'm the brother Taziar. And to my right is
Brother Shaw.
Okay, we want to give double honors to the elder bishops and elder apostles of the great millstone that teach from the Ruwell. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, to the Atham and Aqua that came back to the laws, statutes, commandments, more so to the obedience of the true living powers, Yahawah, Yahawashi. Lord, when you find this lesson edifying, Can you bring that back up?
Con. This is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Okay, simply as it stated, if a kingdom, all right, be divided against itself, how is it going to stand, man? All right, because you're basically your own enemy, and you've seen that today within this great nation, aka Babylon. They call America, man. You see that happening right now. That the people, all right, the so-called citizens of this place, they're all divided against each other. They all have different beliefs, because here in Babylon, you can have different beliefs. You can believe in anything. You can worship anything. You can be what you want. This place was supposed to be built off principles, and, it's not.
You can grab Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34.
Yeah, that's right here, yo.
And I'm going to grab this article so we can get to the point of what's going on. This goes into this article from DennisMichaelLynch.com. The title says, Farmer loses 2/3 of his business after Instagram post critical of PRIDE month. So we have to speak in codes, but you should be able to spell that out. So the post came from this farmer, and 2/3 of the people, all right, that supported his business before he spoke his opinion on where he stands when it comes to these people, left him. They left his business. And that's spiritual, because we understand that 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die, man. The Most High is going to get rid of the people that are rebellious, the people that support wickedness. And that's showing you that there's a division within itself, even with the kingdom, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's 2/3 that will be cut off and die, and the 1/3 that will be preserved. And you can get that too to prove the point. Because this is why the Most High has to exterminate y'all 2/3, man. It's going to be where y'all going to be not able to be alive no more. The Most High has to take you out. Get that real quick, and then you can bring out Matthew. And then we'll get into that post.
All right.
All right?
So
it's Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8.
This is the book of Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahawah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
See, they'll die. It didn't say they'll be preserved. It didn't say they'll be injured. They're going to die. They're going to cease to exist no more. So we're not going to have a nation divided against itself like America is. The Most High is going to deal with you 2/3 that are rebellious. Because continue, there's ones that's going to be alive of our people. Go ahead.
But the 1/3 shall be left therein.
The 1/3 will be left therein, so they're going to be preserved. So we're not going to have division, because the 1/3 is going to be on one mind. All right? They're going to be in agreement according to the scriptures and the spirit. And I got this scripture real quick before we get back on that. This is the book of John chapter 4 and verse 23. It says, But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. So there's a way to worship the Most High, the God of the Bible. Not your own way, not your own philosophy, your own opinions. You got to worship him in truth and in the spirit. So the truth will be what the words say. So if the words say that they're against, if the Most High is against these people, we're against these people. Those alphabetical group.
Yeah.
All right, it's a sin worthy of death if a man lies with mankind, as so a woman lying with a woman. Same thing, vice versa. And it's wicked and it's abomination. They will surely be put to death, and we agree with that. It says, "For the Father seeketh such to worship him." That's the only way you can worship the Heavenly Father, in spirit and in truth. And we're gathered in the spirit, which are the 1/3 that will be preserved. Go ahead.
Zechariah 13:9, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined."
See, so there's a difference between the 1/3 and the 2/3. The 2/3 are not being refined. They continue being who they are in this wicked society, okay? That indoctrinates the minds of the people to think the way they think. But you being refined, if you be in this truth, okay? If you enter in and the Most High gives you that mercy, you get refined. So you get all the mannerisms and your programming, basically, when you was alive and indoctrinated in this society, living, well, really not living, you was dead spiritually. But now you get the spirit. And now that you got the spirit, you can have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know what's right and what's wrong, and know how to carry yourself.
Yeah, like Neo.
And it's through the refining process, which is being mentioned in the scriptures. Go ahead.
"And will try them as gold is tried."
See, tried. So they're the only ones that's going to be tried. And your trial is of onto gold, man. That's how valuable your trial is. That's how valuable you being refined is. And it's only for the ones in this truth. Now you 2/3 that are going to die. Go ahead.
"They shall call on my name, and I will hear them."
So we have the proper names. You can't say you can call his name whatever you want. It said name, not names. Go ahead.
"I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi is my power."
So we have the name. The Most High will hear us and will agree and say, these are my people. We're not going to have division. That's unity right there. All of us agree on the name. All of us agree on the truth. And all of us agree on the scriptures. And we all gathered in the spirit.
One accord.
One accord. So this man, although he might think, what he's doing is right, which to a degree it is, but it's not the correct way, okay? Because if he's an Edomite, he has no salvation at all. According to John chapter 4 and verse 22, it says, "Ye worship ye know not what." So there's a lot of people that, that might say, "Oh, well, I know that this is wrong, or I know that this is right," and it might be according to the scriptures, but you got the 100% truth. Not if you got part of it. Part of it don't work. Just like if you have a puzzle, if you got part of the puzzle that's you put together and you never complete it, then you don't got the whole puzzle made. You don't got the masterpiece. You don't got the picture. You don't even know what it is. You can't identify what it is. You just got part of it.
Yeah.
Okay? So you need to have the whole thing and understand the whole thing. All these religions out here is not whole. And that's why we see the division. There's people that can be Catholic, because this man is Catholic, and there's people that can be Catholic and still be in those rallies, those LGBTQZ parades. There's Christians in those parades. And then there's what? Christians and Catholics that's against that way of life and way of teaching. So what does that mean? And what does that show? That shows that although you are in the same religion, you still have division.
Yeah, for real.
And our people that's in this truth, in GMS, that follow that doctrine, okay? We follow that doctrine too, so we're like-minded as GMS, okay? So everyone that follows GMS, we are not getting along with everybody around us, man. We only get along with like-minded individuals that agree on the scriptures. And these other camps, they try to get together and have everybody with different doctrines and just try to be brothers to each other. That's not how you're supposed to live, man. Why? Because that will cause scripture said, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. So we cannot have division. This is why the Most High will kill all you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that don't get into this 100% truth. You're going to die. And everybody else, these heathen and all that, y'all going to die too, that's on the land of America, because there's no salvation for you. Continue, it says, for salvation is of the Jews. Okay, so you can have all these other religions, but nah, man, there's no salvation for you, man, because that's not the truth. You don't got it. You can think it's right, but it's not. And we're going to get into this post, though, because, see, he got part of what he's what he's reasoning in his mind, he got part of it right. You know, that agenda is incorrect. But you being a Catholic is not doing anything better.
Yeah, right? I think he's doing good, but he's sincerely wrong.
Yep. So it says this in an Instagram post on Friday, June 2nd, he wrote, Americanization, which is obviously all these people that don't want to convert into their true identity. Even the Edomites, you know, there's Edomites that will still call themselves the white people. It's a color. You're not a white person.
Or they'll call their ass, like they'll even call themselves a part of the tribes, like Gad or Reuben. A lot of Edomites like to call themselves that.
Or they'll say Cherokee and stuff like that too, you know, which is, you know, the same thing as what the brother mentioned. So it just shows at the end of the day, we're going to see who will be saved and who won't. The ones that's going to be saved is the ones that the Most High will hear, which is the ones that he just said will be his people. Not everybody's his people. Yeah. So there's someone that's his people and then there's other people that's not his people.
Yeah, and the ones that's not his people trying to be somebody that they're not.
And you can't fake the funk though. Yeah, it's very easy to spot you out. That's why you can't gather in the spirit, because you don't agree on the judgments that the Most High has for these people in this place in the nation. Because basically, if you're not of the nation that's being saved, you're really seeing that your people are going to get jacked up by the Most High, man, for everything that y'all done to our people. And it say Americanization equals homogenization. All right, homogenization. Okay, so it's trying to say that if you call yourself an American, you try to follow the ways that this place does. It's trying to harmonize you together in unity. Although you can have different beliefs, you can have different opinions. All right, you're still grouped together, which is what the LXYQZ agenda promotes. And it's their month right now where they're proudly boasting themselves, you know. So I believe it's still their month, whatever, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I see them do this every day, man. Yeah. I don't even think it's just a month. It's just they do this every day.
It's a fucking everyday thing.
Yeah, you'll see them wearing the rainbows and stuff like that. So going back though, the reason why I say everybody's united and everyone's one, everybody's united with different doctrines and all that is because you can see their gender. You have people that was born a male and trying to change to be a female, and then females trying to be males. And it's really just trying to say that everybody's equal. Everybody can be one. A man can be a woman can be a man, basically. And that's what you see in America with the roles. The roles of women, they don't do the roles of women no more. Like women in American society, they do men roles. You see them working, going out, being career women. Yeah. No kids. They don't want kids.
They be at the gym more than the men be at the gym.
Most of the time.
Muscular, trying to get fucking big bags and shit. All that shit.
And it's really because of how Esau set up this system. Because real talk, like back in the ancient world, you know, women couldn't disrespect men. Yeah. But now women got this platform to speak their wickedness and madness, man.
Yeah.
And so the homogenization, it also says make similar. See? So when you see the agenda, it makes a man similar to a woman. It makes a woman similar to a man.
Yeah.
So that means it's trying to say that everybody's the same.
Well, actually, it's really trying to make the woman over the man, because ain't no equality when it comes to a woman being equal with a man, because it's a huge difference. So it's not even like a side by side playing field, because there's always going to be a difference between us both. So when they say that, they actually want the woman over the man, and you can see it by this dude's his policies and his laws and how shit goes, man. You know, you call the feds and you'll be the one that's calling the police for the problem, but they'll blame it on you instead of the woman. You know, they'll ask the woman, you know, what's going on. The woman can lie and say you did it. They'll believe the woman over the man any day.
The woman's more justified in this society for whatever she says, whether it be the lie or whether it be the truth.
Yeah.
So going back to his post, he said Americanization equals homogenization equals subjugation. All right, so you're under subjection when you living in this American society and following the ways of America. That's why the Most High has to get rid of you Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans that think that you're one with the heathen, one with the Edomites as well. Esau, Edom, the primary one. All right. That's why they come out with doctrine saying that the Edomites can be saved, because they want to try to say everybody's one, and that's what Christianity says too. Everybody's one. Yeah. Everybody can be saved. And see, so he made that post, and people got offended in that, all because basically he was just trying to tell you that it's mind control. You know, everybody can be one. It's mind control because that's not the truth. You have to be programmed a certain way to really think that and believe that. Because at the end of the day, naturally, look at how the animals operate. You see a lion with many, female partners. A lion, he'll have many female partners. So if a man and a woman is equal, why don't you see a woman with many male partners? You don't see that. That's not natural.
I mean, shit. In this society, you fucking. I mean, yeah, you really do, bro. But it's not natural,
Yeah, no. In this society, you see it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like in nature, like if you look at nature.
Oh yeah, nature. Yeah, was there.
With a lion, because a lion will show its dominance.
Yeah.
And a man is supposed to what? Show his dominance. But America does not allow men to show their dominance. That's why you see a lot of, basically, they try to make you a criminal. They try to, how should I word it? Demonize you. Yeah. When you be a masculine and you show your dominance, they try to demonize that.
Yeah.
That's really what this world does.
They call you toxic, bro. And misogynistic. They call you all type of idiotic, dumbass words. Just to demonize you, bro, for being, what the Lord created you to be. Because Esau wants you to be something else. He doesn't want you to play your role, bro. Just like how he didn't want Eve to play her role, he doesn't want the men to play their role either.
Mm-hmm. And so, and we've seen this happen multiple times, though, of people rising up against these agendas that Esau, Edom, and so-called white man's promoting, even his own people. Mm-hmm. So that's why you see Christians are talking at these rallies at, these same-sexual people, whatever I want to word, or, those HOMOs, man. When they get together, you see Christianity, like pastors speaking on a microphone, getting arrested. You're seeing them getting their Cash App accounts declined or basically sieged. Yeah, where you can't use it no more. So this is going to keep escalating. This is just the fire, just showing you the fire, and it's just going to keep increasing, man. It's not going to stop. You're not going to put it out. Because it's different people's mindsets. You can't let a nation that say everybody's the same with different mindsets and opinions. Everybody just worships their own false god, man. All the people in this world. And they might think that they're right in their own eyes. And scriptures even say that, be not wise in thy own eyes. So it's showing you that these people don't have the fear of Yahawashi. Because if you're watching your own eyes, you'll justify your wickedness. You'll make an excuse of, I can do it because of this and because of this. It's not wickedness. It's not evil. No, it is. It shows you. This is the example of wickedness polluting the earth, man.
And that's what Esau does, bro. He does that. He justifies. He tries to justify his wickedness. Mm-hmm. Especially when we be speaking on us going to slavery, he'll be like, "Well, you guys had your own souls in slavery.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Everyone went into slavery. Mm-hmm. Y'all just not the only ones."
Well, guess what? They're gonna go into slavery, man. So how about that? It don't matter what he said, because it's like, how about this? How about we tell him you're going into slavery? How about that? What are you going to say about that? Are you going to say you're not?
For real.
All right, then we'll see. Time will tell. I always tell people that. Time will tell. We're going to see. And this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. It says, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. All these religions, you might think you're holy or doing something righteous. Even this man, he did what he's doing. But if you don't get into the full truth, the full understanding of the Bible, then you're done. It wasn't for you, though. That's the thing, and that's how you know who has the truth and who don't, because it's inherited, man. It's not for everybody. So it's like, even scriptures say, what hast thou to do to declare thy statutes? Roughly paraphrased, it's in the book of Psalms, I believe, chapter 50 and verse 16. Okay? Because the wicked sits there and try to use the Bible and try to justify themselves. They try to make it where they can just be a part of the kingdom. Have the proper understanding that they believe. They're like, oh yeah, I got it right, I got it together. I'm doing what's right. Yeah. But then guess what? The Most High ain't with you. Why? Because you see it for yourself, man. You see what's going on. It's really chaotic when it comes to these religions. It's like one pastor going out and saying this and that, but there's nobody else with him. But look at the camps. There's camps with fruit, and they're all on one accord. You don't see it like, oh, sometimes there's brothers by themselves, but they'll always congregate together, man. There's fellowshipping, communion that will do it. All these other people, you just see them they'll believe one thing and then they'll switch it the next fucking day or the next hour, man. All right, so it shows you that they're not really standing on their ground. So really, that shows that they don't believe in what they speak on. All right. So I got this real quick. This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. This is Yahawashi, the Messiah speaking. He says, I come not to send peace, but a sword. So we understand there's going to be mass death, destruction. We're going to see chaos. But the sword also goes into division, man. You cut asunder. When you see, like, let's say a bread, and you have a sword or sharp object, and you cut the bread, you cut it in half. There's one side and another side. You're really going to have to pick a side. And guess what? As time is moving forward, it's showing you people their true colors. It's showing you what are you standing for. Like even these Christian pastors, all these people, even this dude, he's Catholic. So it's showing you, we're going to see how long you can endure in the hot seat, man. And that's real. Like, let's see if you really believe in what you say you believe in, man. Will you take it this far? Yeah. Will you take it that far? How far are you going to take it? Because that's why Esau do these things to them. They're like test objects, basically. They're like, hey, let's see what we can do to these people, and this is going to be how we're going to do it to everybody in the future. Yeah. It's like a test run, just like what they did with the jabs, man. It was a test run. Let's see how many people will ignorantly, just voluntarily get this thing injected in their arm. That's really what it is. And now we're seeing it with these religions and your beliefs now. Now we see it with organization of terrorism, man. All right, organization. They're like, this is terrorism, that's terrorism, and they're doing gradualism. So they're slowly punishing you until they come down with that hammer, man.
Yeah, because they really want us. Mm-hmm. And you see how the man of the Lord, they be speaking about the things, and abominations, all the things that this man is doing, Esau Edom is doing, but how he's seeing that he can't get to us yet.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So he's getting to the little people.
Getting to the little ones.
Like the people that's just, doing things like we just mentioned. And this guy right here, man, mm-hmm. that, we're talking about. And I did a class on to do with the Cash App, man. Mm-hmm. So all you people that's coming against, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, if you're not doing it correctly, mm-hmm. you're done for, man. Yeah. And even think about it with David and Goliath, man. David said he came in his power. I came in the name of Yahawah. He came in his power and slayed Goliath, man. Yeah. No one else did that. So you might say something to be against somebody, but if you don't have the power, then you ain't going to be able to do shit, man. Mm-hmm. And that's just real talk, man. Because there's plenty of people calling on those names, JC and all that. And then Yahawashi even said there's people that will call on his name. All right, Lord, Lord, Lord. But the Most High will not answer, man. So it's showing you that this power is a serious power. You can't fool him, man. He looks at your heart. Yeah. So although you might want to have a scene going out and saying, oh, I'm going to speak out against these people, are you doing that on a daily basis, man? Are you consistent with what you believe in? And these other religions, they're not consistent, man. They're full of shit, man.
Yeah. They're only doing it when it's beneficial for them.
Mm-hmm. That's why the Cash App. I did a class with the dude with the Cash App. He linked his whole ministry with his money. So that's why he was having a problem, because they was targeting his money, all because he was speaking what he believed was right, all right, about these, these sweet people, which are, the people that are same sex or having sex the same gender. Yeah, people like that, man. He was speaking out against it, and then once they attacked his money, hey, man, he was like, damn, I got to back my ass down, basically, man. But see, the men, the true men, Yahawah is all, we be these men. The true men nothing will stray them away. Nothing will stray them away from continue doing this work, man. Nothing. It says, verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father and daughter, against his mother, and daughter against her mother. Let me read it back. Verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foe shall be they of his own household. So we're seeing households being divided. So how much more these people out here in the world that we live in the same country, people in the same kingdom. It started, just like how you see a seed, it starts small and it grows bigger. Even a fire, you can light a fire. The fire is small, but it can consume and get huge. A forest fire, you light a fire in the forest, and no one deals with it. Don't put it out. Let it just keep consuming. So it starts in the households. We've seen it with the men that wakes up to this truth.
Yeah.
They don't side with their family. They gotta, have different reasoning, have a different mindset, be converted and healed by the words.
Yeah, sure says the Spirit of the Lord is like a consuming fire, and that's how the word is, man.
Mm-hmm.
It spreads,
and you can't do nothing against it.
Truth, shall overcome. Corruption should be quenched, and that's just how that truth is. It's spreading like a wildfire, bro. Especially in Babylon, because it's like a psyops. The men of the Lord are like special black ops that's down here in the enemy's territory, spreading that word. And it's just fucking this whole infrastructure up. Everything, all of it, man. Mm-hmm. As we see it, like you said, that flame, that flame was that Spirit of the Lord, that word going out, and it's consuming. It's going everywhere. Who says that the word should be preached, all across the world, and then should the end come? So it's where it started at, man.
It is. That's why you see the spirits getting riled up. These people that are Christians and stuff, now they have to stand what they really believe in. Because why? The people that listen to these pastors and preachers, they're like, hold on, because knowledge shall be increased. Like, isn't it wrong to, a man to lie down with another man? Yeah. They're going to be questioning these leaders that are set up, these false leaders. Yeah. So now guess what they got to do? They got to do acts like that, going out. I'm gonna speak out against these people on this day. Yeah. They set it up. They gonna go speak out to show that they're so-called holy, man. Yeah. Or to show like, oh yeah, I really believe in the word. But we're gonna see how long that lasts, though. That's what I say. We will see how long it lasts. Just like us in the truth, we say you have to endure to the end to be saved. Yeah. So if you really believe in JC, you think it's the truth. All these people that come up against us, man. If you believe whatever wayward doctrine you have, whatever damnable heresy you have, if you believe that's the truth, we will see, man. Because the only men that's going to be standing is the men of Yahawashi, the elect. Even in this truth, we hope to not fall out. So it shows you, only the strong will survive in this thing, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So all you can do is hope that you are a part of that number, 144, man. You better hope. So let's get this, though. I got this, and if you have anything, you can just add. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Many people are lost. You can think you have the truth and be like these other people out there, and you're out there in the congregation of the dead, man. It says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. So if you don't believe in this doctrine, that means you don't got the truth, man. You're blinded. And that even goes into that homogenization. Okay, everybody that are blinded can be gathering together, man. But if you see through the bullshit, you cannot gather with someone that is full of shit. Yeah. Okay, but all the blind can gather together, even though they believe on different belief systems, man, different doctrines, basically.
Yeah, that's what sheep do. They follow other sheep, especially if it's a large multitude.
Even animals do that. Animals can believe different things.
Humans do that shit too all the time. Mm-hmm. You see a big ass crowd, people just form into it. They'll just move into it.
And they all have different beliefs.
Yeah.
It says, "Least the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of Yahawashi, should shine onto them." So if you get this light, because this truth is light, and we were just talking about the fire. So even with fire, you see light with fire. So as this truth is spreading, you see the light. Now you better hope that it shines onto you, and you better hope that it's for you and it's valuable to you.
Yeah, or it's gonna consume you. By the way, thermonuclear missiles, bro.
You 2/3, man.
Shit. Well,
just like how we started off in that article, man. 2/3 left, and it shows you spiritually that those 2/3 they reason with that agenda, the PRIDE month.
Yeah.
If you're not speaking out against this thing, man, you're part of the problem. You're part of you subliminally accept it, man.
Yeah,
you think it's right.
That's a good one. subliminally accepted. That's that.
So with that, man, Yahawah, this was edifying, calling law. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Until next time we say Shalom, DTA, Ababa, Bahasham.